Monsters vs. Aliens was a pretty good movie. I've been meaning to rewatch this for a long time. I watched it at my friend's house on DVD. It's a pretty decent movie. There was some surprising actors in there that I did not remember being in there. Like, I remembered the actor for Bob and for The Missing Link, but I did not know Stephen Colbert was the president and Paul Rudd is the cockroach. And there's a lot of other surprising actors in here. Um, but let's talk about the movie. It's a movie about a girl who is on her wedding day. She's about to marry this guy of her dreams. But then she gets infected with this alien meteorite that gives her powers and she gets kidnapped by the government. She's basically just locked in prison for the rest of her life, seemingly, with the other people that have been there for years. But because of the alien threat that ends up coming down to Earth, they make a deal and say, hey, if you beat the alien, you guys can go free. So then they beat the alien and they get to go free, but the alien threat isn't over. Of course he's coming back. It's a pretty fun movie. I do think it's a little odd, but not a bad thing, that the missing link is the only one that's like, at least that I know of, like an actual myth. Like, for some reason, they just threw in a myth. Like, here's Dr. Cockroach, who's a made-up character for this movie. Here's Bob, who's a made-up character for this movie. And then here's, like, this Insectosaurus, who's a made-up character for this movie. But then the missing link is, like, an actual myth. Because I knew about who the missing link was as a kid. I don't think he's as well known now. I don't think people really talk about that myth very much. But yeah, it's still strange to me. I mean, I guess technically the Invisible Man is in this movie, but I don't really think he's a myth. I think he's just kind of a horror character. But he, like, died. They just say he died. We never see him in the movie, which I guess makes sense since he's invisible. The main villain's played by Rainn Wilson, the guy from The Office. And I've seen him in a few things. Like, he was in that shitty James Gunn superhero movie. And he was in House of a Thousand Corpses. He's probably in other things that I've seen that I just don't remember. But he plays the main villain. He does decent. He's got probably one of the funniest gags in the movie, in my opinion. Where he's telling his origin backstory, but he's doing the clone machine at the same time, so we only catch bits of it. So we really don't know why he's doing this. And his villain name is Galaxar. I remember watching the TV show as a kid too, so maybe I'll review that someday. It only got one season, so I don't think that would be too draining. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of a pretty fun kids movie. I will say it's kind of ironic that Bob makes fun of Susan's not having a name yet. You know, I mean, it ends up being Ginormica, but at the time she says her monster name is just Susan. Your monster name is just Bob, so I don't think you have much room to talk. They defeat the bad guy, but the movie ends with there supposedly being a new threat they have to take on. And then, you know, she gets revenge on Derek because he just kind of breaks up with her for being big. And then he tries to get back with her when she gets famous for defeating aliens. He's just kind of a douche. I will say my favorite scene in the movie, though, would be the fact there's the scene with a random couple and he just shoves his girlfriend away when she tries to kiss him and he tells her he's not ready. I don't know why I find that so funny, but it's a pretty funny gag.